So I'm really excited about the recipe I'm going to show you today. I've been working on this for a while. You know, the American burger or the slider, which I think looks amazing and is just delicious and bite-sized. And we made it a true fil-am slider. Like literally, this is what you would do to a burger in the Philippines, right? So to get started, we're going to prepare our burger meat, if you like. As I mentioned, we're going to be using corned beef, which is in tins. That's huge in the Philippines, one of the most popular things that Filipinos eat. Use a good quality corned beef, like if you open the tin and it looks like, fluorescent red, it's just sort of full of nitrates and chemicals and stuff, try and avoid those. But then I got the Colby Jack cheese, which interestingly is flavored with annatto seeds, which is actually a kind of a Mexican thing. So this is almost like the US Tex-Mex cheese, you might call it. And then we've got like, American ballpark mustard, got a little hint of ketchup in there. And we're gonna top it all off with, and I can't believe this, they sell them in the same box. We got the fil-am flags right here. So, it's gonna look really visually fantastic as well. Now I'm gonna start off with just a hint of garlic. Okay, we'll put that straight into a hot pan. I'm gonna use a little bit of olive oil today. Next is red onion. So I've got my onion there. I'm gonna get this straight into the pan now. We'll turn the heat up. The Philippines likes sweetness, right? So I'm actually gonna make my meat here a little bit sweeter than you might ordinarily think. And I'll do that by caramelizing my onions before I add the corned beef. So meron akong dito ng mga pulang asukal, brown sugar. And I'm gonna put that in with the onions to help them caramelize and sweeten them a little bit. The amount I'm making today, this is gonna be good for about 12 sliders. That's like 2 sliders per friend. And that'll only work if you have 6 friends or less, like me. So I've got 12 pandesal here, and I'm just gonna slice all of these in half. We are using Pandesal today. If you're in the US, you'd probably do sliders on like a mini brioche, but I think here in the Philippines, this is the classic, Filipino bread, and it actually works quite well as a slider bun as long as you crisp it up in some oil first. Right now, my onions are nice and caramelized over in this pan, so I'm gonna add in my corned beef now. There we go. Now I'm just gonna cook my corned beef in that pan for, maybe a good 5 minutes, and then I'll let it cook off a little bit so it's dry and, can be sort of put on a slider quite easily. Now in a large pan, I'm just gonna put in a fair bit of olive oil, and then we're gonna put the sliders in with the inside dito sa pan. And just make sure each of your slider buns is got a decent coating of olive oil on the inside. And just slide them around a bit for that. So my corned beef is starting to reduce. You can season that with a little salt and pepper. And over here, I've flipped over yung ating mga pandesal. So the goal here is you want the inside is like, this like crispy sa olive oil and fried, and then the bread soaks up all of the oil, so wala na ng oil talaga dito, and that's when you flip them over. So on the outside, we're just gonna give them a light toasting, but you don't want oil on the outside because it's then greasy to hold, right? And the effect you'll get when you bite into this is like kind of toast and softer on the outside with this nice crunchy olive oil interior. Okay, so we're ready to do this, and from here it's just a process ng assembly of your sliders. So you want to find the bottoms of your sliders. They just sit a bit flatter. And I'm going to start off with 4 pieces. Now the next thing to do is kunin mo yung dahon ng sili and just start picking the leaves. So you're going to put in a couple of chili leaves on each, usually about 4 to 5 pieces. Okay, now next we are going to put on some of the meat. It's usually easy to use a pair of tongs for this part. Okay, so next, because that corned beef is still nice and hot, we're going to put this nice Colby Jack down on it. So that will just sort of melt just a little bit and kind of bind with the with the meat. Then we're going to put a single slice of tomato on each. Nice round like that, about the same size as the slider bun. We're going to go with a pickle next, and just a single piece of pickle. Now this is in a regular shape. Okay, and then for the next part, we need, it's helpful if you've got the squeezy bottles of mustard and tomato sauce. We're going to use, you know, the US, call it ballpark mustard, you know, just the kind of regular and mild. And same process with your tomato sauce. And now we can go and put the tops on. So that's what it looks like. Chris Urbano's fil-am sliders. Try these out, whether it's you know, 4th of July, 12th of June, or any day of the year where you're feeling both nostalgic for the Philippines and you live in the States, or you're in the Philippines but you really like stateside food. Give these a try. I don't want to eat it because it looks really good and I need it for the photography, but I think I'm going to eat at least one on the show muna. Okay, so take a look at that. I don't know if we can get a close-up of the delicious succulent filling there. The color is beautiful as well because you've got that green dahon ng sili, you've got your Colby Jack, different shades of yellow, you've got your, you know, red from the corned beef, tomato, All right, so I'm going to give this a bite. I've tried these before, I've made this before. The flavor is just amazing because it's a perfect balance, and that's what Filipino food is all about. This is so good. Definitely try this recipe at home.
Sa ulo ng mga nagbabagang balita, si Maputing Cooking at Masflex ay mamamigay ng mga gamit ng kusina. Alamin kung paano makasali dito at baka ikaw ang susunod mananalo. Ako po si Chris Urbano, live sa computer mo.
Been a pleasure having you watch this show. I really like hearing from you guys, so please do leave a message below. Let me know what you'd like me to cook next. And if you'd like to start a food truck business with me, seriously leave a comment or private message me with, you know, details. You got a truck, I got the recipe, or, you know, Filipinos in the US, you know, you can start your own food truck business with this one recipe. It's absolutely delicious. I think Americans would go just as crazy for it as Filipinos would here in Manila. So this has been Chris Urbano's fil-am sliders. I'm going to finish probably the entire tray. These are so amazing. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.